Okay, hello. This is the podcast that we talk about things. It's called Marmaris. Today, with me is Alex, the main
Ooh.
guy that wasn't here last week, and Luke. He's back for another round, and he wants to
Boop,
take
boop.
some revenge. How are you guys?
I'm alright, eating a breadstick.
And
I'm
Alex?
alright. I'm on the tired side.
Aren't you always?
Yes.
I have the energy
I've
to
been
kill
on the
God.
tired side for a week.
Alex and I are the complete opposite in that way. I have the energy to kill God.
I have energy, it's just I'm also tired.
How do you have both? And Luke, how about you?
I
Are you
run
at like
on
50%
tiredness.
or like 90?
Alex just has multiple wheels in front of him and he's just tired.
My
Yeah.
shit, yeah, respin, quick, choose new emotion.
Yeah. And Luke, how about you? Do you have any energy?
As much as I have at 8 PM.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, yeah, the topic in today's podcast, magic, sorcery, and witchcraft.
Ooh.
Do you want to start off with a banger, Luke? Do you want to start off with one?
Are you referring to what I think you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay. Alex hasn't heard at all about this yet, but I was speaking to Shura the other day, and when I got told that this one was about witchcraft, I mentioned, oh yeah, I'm really interested in that. I read a lot of books about it, and one book had this very interesting description of magic to me that I just felt, if magic is real, that's going to be what it is. And now I'm going to try that most mornings, just in case I've woken up with magic. Now, I did make the unfortunate mistake of describing this as a ritual, says Yura, which it's not really. But, yeah. What it is, have either of you ever read the book Skullduggery Pleasant?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I've read like number 1, number 2, and then like number 6 and 7.
I've read the whole series except for some of the newer ones. I just lost interest over time as the plot just got... Sorry, what happened?
Don't even know.
Hey, I don't read books, so leave me out of this.
Not much happened in the early ones, because I jumped straight from like number 2 to number 6 and nothing had happened.
Yeah. My understanding of the books is quite a lot happened in that, but they just resolved it a lot.
Isn't that the point of a book?
Yeah. The description, what I'm thinking of is actually probably in the first or second book, probably the first, and it's when I've actually forgotten the main character's name. Is it Stephanie?
I think so.
Yeah. It's when Stephanie is being taught magic, and it's wind specifically, and Sodori says, don't try and push the air. Try and feel how the air connects to its surroundings and pull on those threads. Or something along those lines. And that just always resonated with me for some reason. I wanted to try and find the actual paragraph quote for this, but I couldn't find it.
You start ringing like, when we say resonate, do you start ringing like a bell if I say those words over and over again?
Let's
Probably.
try.
I have 2 weeks worth of funny comments build up.
You have 2 years build up of funny comments throughout the years.
Friend asked me for a name for a tortoise. I said, plastic, you are what you eat.
Fair enough, fair enough. But what is your ritual?
That's what, it's basically just reaching your hand out and trying to, don't feel the air, feel how it connects around it. Especially,
Did the air consent to this?
You
Especially
might
if
be
it's
grabbing
windy.
its ass, though. It might
Is.
enjoy, it might not. You never know.
Especially if it's windy.
I think the air is very scared about now.
Especially
If
with
it's
Luke
windy.
around.
Oh god. If it's windy, sometimes you can put your hand out and you can feel the air, the wind almost
Farts.
going through your hand. Like, you don't feel it hitting your hand, you feel it going through that.
I just hear the airs ringing
Can you
through
see
my
through
ears.
your hands? Because I can't. My hand's quite solid. I don't know about you.
I mean, if you like put put your hand in a circle, like through the middle.
It's still solid. I just punched my hand. Still solid.
No. I mean, do the
Let me go
okay
grab one of
hand.
those cookie cutter
that
things,
hole
and I
in the
can make
middle.
my hand into a circle.
Fuck!
I mean, between your fingers, not through the hand, through the fingers.
Yeah, you should have said that. I just punched my hand really hard. It hurt.
That's your fault.
Yes. Give me clear instructions.
Yeah. It feels like the whole wind's connected. And this makes me sound like a weirdo, but I swear I'm not.
Famous last words.
Speaking of famous last words, next podcast. Yeah.
What? No.
I was gonna say some famous last words, but I was like, no, that's not really on topic for this one whatsoever.
Nah. If I fall, you'll hear a loud dud and then probably me dying. Don't worry about it.
Just let me know in future when you're doing an episode on famous last words, and I'll bring a ton to the table.
That might be a subtopic. But yeah, magic.
Yeah.
I kind of want to start off first with movie and series magic, because it's a popular topic for series, films, that sort of shit, and books and anime and that sort of shit.
Literally every creative work.
Yeah. It is.
Documentaries?
Well, those are more realistic based, but sure.
They're not very creative. Anybody can grab, if anybody can grab their mobile phone and just David Attenborough documentary coming right up.
As soon as I mentioned the word David Attenborough, we all knew. As soon as I mentioned the word documentary, we knew David
We all
Attenborough
knew
was
that
coming up.
one
Hit a
dude.
link.
We all knew that.
David
one dude.
Attenborough's a legend, though.
Oh yeah.
And here we see a wild juror in his natural habitat,
It's
just having
cold.
come home to record a podcast after some free running.
Yeah. Magic in movies and series is quite confusing because they don't have a steady guideline for it. They just have throw
They
some
make it up
shit
as they
over
go
there,
along.
some here, some there, and see what happens. It's magic. Who cares?
Yeah.
Whew, that was exciting.
Also, I'm gonna have to force a diversion here at some point because every time someone is saying the word magic, I just want to go The Gathering.
We're not gonna talk about games. We talked about that last one.
It's card game.
Yeah, but like, so magic is kinda, there's like the type of magic where you just abracadabra, you disappear now. Like, this just, either you have just your hands, or a spell, just some kind
Yeah, that's just sort of freeform magic. Do what you want. The creators weren't creative enough to create actual rules or anything.
actually be a plot, or just be
Yeah.
a reason for
They were
magic to
creative
exist.
enough
I mean,
to
but
add
plot
Latin
is the
spells
only
for
thing they
everything.
Yeah, kinda,
Oh, yeah.
but still. There's no reason behind magic actually working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I've also seen a series, it's called The Order, it's on Netflix, where they have to sacrifice something, or like cut themselves, or like slap their hand really hard, or whatever. They just
They have to slap their hand very hard, trying to see if their hand will go through it.
Yeah, kind of, but like, no, they just have to make some sort of sacrifice in order for magic to work. It's still a spell, it's still kind of maybe a wand, something, but you
So
have to
isn't
make
your
sacrifice.
satanic?
The siblings count.
Yes.
That's how you
Yeah.
get a lifetime supply.
Yeah. Necromancers work with that. They just sacrifice one being and they resurrect. Sacrifice that, resurrect. They just have an infinite supply.
You know, you've replaced their siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in that series, they also talked about if you don't sacrifice, well, chaos. They're just random explosions. Just if they use magic without any sacrifice, just random explosions. Boom, bam, just chaos.
That sounds cool, though.
Yeah. To non-magic users, it seems really fucking odd. To magic
You just
users,
have
it's
to-
like, okay,
You just have free proficiency with explosions.
yeah. They might, instead of just being an explosion, it might suck up reality. Who cares?
This is starting to sound a bit like how, have you heard about how Harry Potter accidentally made the most powerful wizard?
Huh?
No?
How he
Okay.
made, or just was?
No, in the series Harry Potter, when they were making the films, they accidentally created the most powerful wizard imaginable. Because when they're first brought into the leaky cauldron, you see a man stirring a cauldron, but he's not using a wand at all. And wandless magic in Harry Potter is supposed to be something extremely powerful, and he's just reading a book while doing it. Like, they trying to make something looking cool. They just accidentally created the most powerful wizard imaginable.
Just he's casually stirring something without magic. Who the fuck cares? You can use a spoon. Did he not use a spoon or something?
No. There was a spoon moving around by itself.
Oh!
But he wasn't using a wand. There was a spoon stirring the
He's
cauldron.
just using his hand.
No, he's using telekinetics. That's all.
Yeah, it's like Wingardium Leviosa, but without the wand, and he's just reading a book, not even focusing on it. And as I said, wandless magic is supposedly something really difficult that needs a lot of focus.
Yeah.
God.
Anyway,
Yeah.
back to the show.
No, back to you guys. Alex hasn't talked much about magic.
If the magic can't stop a bullet, then I'll have a gun instead. Right. Someone else wants to make a point. No.
The podcast won't see this, but I will have to send an image across. Keep talking while I'm finding it.
Yay. Like, have you guys seen the movie Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Good.
haven't. I've seen.
We
Anything
are gonna
anything
watch
to
that. We are gonna watch that. Simply.
Tune in next week for a pirated viewing. Oh,
No.
I'm
It's
afraid
on
not.
Disney Plus. It's a Marvel movie.
audio only.
Yeah. But like, it's just his magic is kind of just random bullshit. Go. Like, no, it's more like, oh, you need to learn some sort of movement with the fingers. So probably magicians are good in bed. Just saying.
Anyway, I've just sent the image.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
David. That's David. For anyone listening at home who won't see this image, this is an image of David Radcliffe out of Guns Akimbo, holding up two guns with a very happy look on his face, with the title. I'm telling you, Ron, these things are better than wands.
Two guns casually.
Anyway, what you
bolted
can't
to
see
his
in that
hand.
image is him wearing tiger slippers.
And just a pajama coat, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Dressing down.
Hey!
Just a bit deranged.
Pajama coat.
Doesn't
I like pajama cut though.
Let's not call
doesn't
it
he
dressing
always
down,
look
but-
weird?
Yeah.
Same with that guy, that villain from Spider-Man, the Green Goblin
Oh.
guy.
Oh, Green Goblin.
Yeah, that guy. Who's he called again?
Green
Green
Goblin.
Goblin.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the actor. William Dafoe. Yes.
Ah, him. Yeah.
He
I'm
looks
something
like
of a
he's
scientist myself.
no, he looks like he's on a second dose of cocaine every minute. No, but
Somebody
like,
at the college I'm working at looks like they've like they've always just done some cocaine. Like they are hyper. like-
yeah.
They will not stop moving ever.
Yeah,
Like,
what would wizards do
does.
with drugs? What would they possibly imagine?
I mean, that's a good question.
Stick
'cause
them on
what-
their wand and stick their wand up then.
I mean, have you seen the Harry Potter scene with the orc?
I haven't, but I can imagine.
They defeat an orc by
Why not?
shoving a wand up their nose.
Yes.
Why not up their ass? way more painful.
Because the troll's holding them up in front of their face.
Well, then just use that spell. It's not that big a deal.
They're like in the first year at Hogwarts. They haven't learned any aggressive spells.
Why are they being attacked by an orc then?
It broke into the school.
Yeah,
Have you
but
not
what-
watched Harry Potter?
No, I have never watched any Harry Potter movie.
Okay,
What?
Alex, you're watching Doctor Strange. Zero, you're watching Harry Potter.
Can we cancel this out and just he just has to watch Harry Potter, but not watching Doctor Strange is,
Okay.
is less of a sin.
Okay, we're all gonna leave this call now and reconvene after we've all watched the right films and then continue this podcast. Okay?
If you guys have time tomorrow, I'm absolutely down. But like, I don't know if you guys have time tomorrow. I do, but maybe you don't.
Nah, I've got other things to do tomorrow. Let's just keep rolling.
Yeah. I haven't watched a Harry Potter movie because never needed to, and everyone
There
has
are
been
8 of
scolding
them.
me. Everyone has been
Statistically, you should have
scolding
watched
me.
some.
They're good, but if you have the time, read the books. But if you
Do
don't,
I
films
look
are
like a
adequate.
man that has time to read books?
No.
Yes.
Well-
I do have the time, but I just don't have the patience.
How about you go
You look
read a
like-
book while free running and just doing backflips? Just that's an interesting paragraph.
Wait, what?
Man.
I didn't actually read that page. Let's go back.
Let's just trace my steps back and then read it again and just fall and break my neck. Neck, I meant to say leg, but I said neck. That sounded like leg and
Egg.
neck.
Neck, leg, ankle.
Everything.
It's just somewhere halfway in between your leg and your neck.
So your heart.
Torso.
Some vertebrae or something.
Spine.
Depends which part of the leg are we looking at. Are we looking at the bottom of the leg or the top of the leg? 'Cause it makes it very different.
But yeah, let's go back on magic.
Yes.
Harry Potter movies, fucking weird. Just they have no.
You can't say that having not seen them.
The whole of Britain is going to shank you if you ever visit.
I
I'll be the
appreciate.
first.
I appreciate that.
I will slap you, force a crumpet down your throat, and then stab you.
While we pour tea up your nose.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about
Teaboarding.
Oh wait, it's like what are
Teaboarding.
the... No. What's
boiling
the,
water. In...
What's the punk thing called that you put water through your nose and it supposedly washes out your sins?
A
Teapot?
Kriflig
No,
a
it's
Christ ritual?
It's like a netting pot or something. Oh, netty pot. Yeah. We just get a netty pot because they supposedly put water up your nose, clean out your sinuses, wash out your sins, all that stuff.
So the sins are up your nose, I see.
According to some religion. We just fill that with regular tea and just whoop.
Ooh. Hot?
No,
It
that
might
would
burn
clear out
my
your sinuses
nose. I
Just
buy.
grab a syringe.
straight into the veins.
Yeah.
You're not British if you haven't just shot some tea in your system. Just saying.
When you're running on half a kilo of tea.
When you're not British if you haven't swallowed at least 3 tea bags. Just saying.
What?
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 Just don't chew them. Just like a big pill.
Dry, is this dry tea bags? What?
No, wet tea bags.
Okay.
You put them in your mouth and they'll blah, 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 and then
What?
Don't mind me.
quarantine days number 11. I learned how to use the enchantment table. Motherfucker has fire aspect too.
Nice picture of an axe on fire. Looks like it's coated in like hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
It was-
Thanks for explaining the image for everyone at home. It's an image of an axe on fire, like the axe head, and it's
Yeah.
quarantine day number 11. I learned how to use the enchantment table.
Yeah,
Continuing on.
yeah, we've just completely derailed because I'm not British. Interesting. I'm talking to
Be British.
Yeah, be British. Nah, I'm never gonna convert to Britishanity. Yes, it's a religion.
Pretty much is.
You
Unless you
converted
believe
some.
the Queen is gonna last forever, you can't be British.
Well, so
Every
everyone
time we
has to
sing
die.
God Saves the Queen, she lives an extra year.
That's a long day. Nobody can live forever. I'll make sure.
We can.
I'll make sure of that. Are you technically alive if you're buried underneath 10 tons of rubble?
Well, if you're alive under those 10 tons of rubble, yes.
Yeah,
And
but
for-
does it really count if you can never escape?
Yes. Look
Oh.
at someone imprisoned for life.
Yeah, but that's not buried under 10 tons of rubble. That's just being.
Well, depends what prison you go to.
Well, yes, but no.
Get back onto magic, for God's sake.
Yeah, necromancy, fun thing, very weird. It's always
That
been
would mean you wouldn't be dead under 10 tons of steel.
I said rubble, but steel works fine.
I meant rubble.
Yeah.
I could speak English.
No, we all
Imagine
cannot.
English.
Yeah, but
I mean-
necromancy is a fun topic because it's usually seen as really shitty magic. But why? Bringing the dead back.
I mean, to pivot onto something that heavily involves magic, Dungeons and Dragons, I have had a moment before where someone has willed my character back into life by shouting at me aggressively and rolling a nat 20. Just like, God damn it, don't you die on me now, get back to life, go fight that punk.
I remember playing with friends. Whenever we were in a bad situation, we'd ask the person running it. We're like, can we try and roll a 20, please?
Oh, I mean, the same person who willed me back to life with a nat 20 also, really annoyed the DM because they beat a puzzle of trying to open a door by saying open sesame and rolling a nat 20.
We
Fair enough.
had somebody say, can I roll a nat 20 for charisma stat? And then they managed to scare off the monsters without us fighting them. Which meant we didn't get the key we needed or something to progress later on. Go on a quick side quest to get that.
Well, yeah.
I have a d6 in front of me. Okay, what's the bets I get at 6?
A D6.
3.
That's just a dice.
Yes. But
You
I'm
don't
using
have-
fancy terms.
You don't have to call it a D6.
What's the
Okay.
bets?
Well,
I think you're gonna get a 3.
I think you're gonna get a 1. It's all 1 in 6 chance, unless you
5.
waited to die.
I was closer.
Yeah, do we want a second go?
Sure,
Yeah.
3.
4.
2.
I'm closer!
Best
Okay,
of
it's
3.
1-1. Best of 3, last one.
Okay, I'm picking 6.
5.
It's a 5!
Yes.
You won.
You should
Yeah.
pick one of the middle numbers, and that way, you're on average gonna be closest.
True, but if you roll 1, I'm technically closer.
What?
Yeah, technically.
I'm gonna point out that you're 5 numbers away, and the 1 is on the other side of the dice to the 6.
Yes, but that's still closer.
You're Dutch, so I don't know how much weed you've done, but it's more than 3.
I promise you, I have not done anything today.
How long
Nor have I
you
done
lost for?
anything in my life, but I'm just gonna specify.
Should we get back onto magic?
Oh yeah, sure. We've
Again.
completely derailed 3
What?
times already, and it's been how long? 25 minutes. This
If I had to describe this, it'd be like trying to drive a car along train tracks.
You derail a lot, yeah.
We're not gonna stay on the rails, but and occasionally we'll notice.
I mean,
one-
how I describe this situation is, just give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Hello, how are you?
Hey,
Jira not doing anything.
Would you classify having superpowers as some sort of magic interference?
Probably, yeah.
Depends slightly what they are.
Okay.
So, Captain America, no. Iron Man, no.
America doesn't have a superpower.
No, not really.
He's just an
Black
American
Widow's still
drug
the same.
soldier, a soldier on
Yeah.
drugs.
He's just a drug addict.
Well, he doesn't take it a lot, he just took it once.
Yeah.
And then...
Recovering drug addict.
Anyway, back onto the joke I was about to make earlier but failed. How I describe this. I'll have to turn Chris off with nothing here.
What is this supposed to be?
Benny Hill theme tune.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Shout out to Mr. Quayle, my geography teacher, who played this during an assessment. Just halfway through an assessment, he just starts playing it.
Oh, I love that. I want to do that.
Do we want to not continue on magic and just talk?
I think that changed most of the people's grades in our class because it just spooked everybody.
We'll continue with magic now.
Okay.
Fourth diversion over.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about like curses and such? Because that's always a big topic on things. Because oh, you touch this, oh, you're guaranteed to die.
To be fair, life is just an STD, and you're gonna die at some point.
Yeah, well,
I'm not wrong.
you're not wrong.
You are
But
guaranteed death.
Like, you don't transmit the STD unless you have kids. So if you don't have kids, you don't transmit the STD.
Fun fact, did you know fertility is hereditary? If your parents didn't have children, you won't either.
Fair point. Yeah.
Sorry, I've just heard my mum laughing from the other room who clearly heard me.
Shout out to Luke's mom. She's a funny girl. Or funny lady, I mean. Didn't say a word. You never heard anything. But
The
like,
intelligence level of this podcast is declining.
Oh yeah.
it was never high to begin with.
It's almost in the negatives.
Yeah.
Right.
But curses are like kind of funny because they're usually complicated and hard to solve, and that's just the whole plot of a movie.
Taboos are interesting things.
Taboos, oh yeah. Oh, you can't do this because, like, it's seen as a bad thing.
Yeah, if you can't say this word, otherwise this happens or something.
Oh yeah. There was a fun thing where they kind of just said Bloody Mary in a mirror and just seen what happened. Nothing happened. I tried it. I have no fear. Nothing happened. Cause why the fuck should words summon a ghost?
Yeah.
That was just so goddamn stupid. Like, people, like, I'm lucky that magic doesn't really exist, because if nowadays magic exists, the world would be fucking doomed.
Oh yeah.
Because there would be one powerful dude or girl that has magic and will just like, ha ha ha, go boom, ha ha ha, nukes, send, ha ha ha, die. Like, that's just one person. And nobody really would have the courage to stand up, because yeah, pussies nowadays.
Unless someone else had magic more powerful, at which point they would also just rule the world. I used to rule. Sorry.
Yeah.
Copyrighted episode.
I don't care. We're not being watched by
How many
YouTube
copyright
anyway.
claims do we need for it to cancel out?
Like -1 multiplied by -1 becomes 1 again.
Yes.
True, but like,
No, not true at all.
-1 times
What?
-1.
No, that
Yes,
is right.
-1 times -1 equals 1. That's true. Copyright claim multiplied by copyright claim equals not copyrighted claim. That's not true.
I was talking about the -1
I was
times
gonna point out-
-1.
Not copyright claim times not copyright claim equals copyright claim.
That is not. That is
1
how it
times
works.
1 doesn't equal -1.
Shush.
Well, 0 doesn't mean infinite. That's funny.
Copyright claim multiplied by not copyright claim equals copyright claim. Now that one is true.
Hey, I'm just doing a wall sit in the meantime. If I just fall and pass out, that's not my bad. You guys have to continue.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah,
no.
it will be a shit episode without me. I can promise you.
It is either way.
With or without me, it's a shit episode. We know.
I turned up. That was the problems began.
And then Luke turned up 12 minutes late.
Hey, the viewers didn't know that.
Now they do.
I was in a little fast game. Sorry.
Yeah. Like, I watched an anime recently where they use spirits to perform magic, and it's weird.
Oh, it's kind of like his Dark Materials if it had magic.
Yeah, there's like a championship going on.
What?
Not a championship, more like a fight to the death with everyone else. Like, there's just... It's called Shaman King. And the main goal is to become the Shaman King. The main character just wants to be it because then he can live lazy. Then he can just live a lazy life.
It's Game of Thrones, but magic.
Yeah, and with spirits. But yeah, that's fun. They kinda use magic as the sense of spirits, and spirits are kinda just dead, but still here. Yeah, I don't know.
Spirits when you just kind of don't feel like dying yet.
Okay, I want to ask you, what is the most interesting spell you've ever heard or seen?
Who are you asking first?
Just reply to me when you have one.
Luke, you can go first. I'm just thinking.
Okay, I have two thoughts. One is from Skullduggery Pleasant, so I'll leave that for if Alex wants it. Alex, I'm thinking of the Earth spell. My other idea is it's a homebrew D&D spell called Fuck That One Guy in Particular. Let me just pull up the exact description of it.
Have fun with that. In the meantime, I just want to do a quick ad roll. Today, this episode, it's episode 4. We've posted 3 other episodes before this. The first episode did pretty well, got a lot of views. The second and the third, nobody really watched. Please, if you enjoy this podcast, have a listen. It's also on Spotify, all of them are on. I'm the only one that has ever listened to them, but it's more fun to just relax and listen to that in bed than on YouTube. But if you want to do any one of them, it's fine. We also have a Twitter. And that's still Marmaris podcast. And yeah, I post like once every month on it, because I don't give a shit. But yeah, has Luke thought of anything?
I've got the spell now.
Well,
so it's it's screw that one guy in particular. Takes one action, unlimited range, instantaneous for sorcerers and wizards. A bolt of lightning streaks from the sky to strike one creature within range. The creature is randomly chosen, determined by the DM. The creature must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. If this spell is cast again by any spellcaster within 1 minute, the same creature is struck.
So it's just, you're gonna die, and if you're not dead yet, you're gonna die again.
It's just lightning bolt, strike this guy. Lightning bolt, strike this guy. Lightning bolt, strike this guy.
So
Anyway.
it's good. It's repeated multiple times. At least you can.
Well, yeah, if anyone else... Excuse me. If anyone else also does it, it hits the same guy. Alex, what's your spell?
Well, when you say Earth spell from Skullduggery Pleasant, I was thinking of the one that turns you into a statue.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of, because it's
Which is quite cool.
idea.
You would just turn into a statue and come out. But I thought... I was thinking, I kind of went through a lot of the Harry Potter ones, thinking what's quite cool. I think the luck potion, sort of, I don't think it's ever a spell, but a potion.
No, it's not a spell, but yeah.
Potion, spell, anything magic related is fine.
Oh, Felix Felicis, that's his name.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very interesting how it works in the both times they quote unquote use it in the film.
Yeah.
One where Harry fake slips it to Ron, and then when Harry takes himself, just I feel Hagrid's is the place to be, and then it just is.
Yeah. Well, do you want to hear mine?
Right.
The time Doctor Strange put himself in a time loop. That was really
That's
enjoyable.
cool. Maru, I have come to bargain.
And that just constant on 20,000 loops if he wanted to, but then he just kinda got bored. Or at least got a bit annoyed. Because I think if just Dormammu ignored him, Doctor Strange could have taken him out completely, but he just decided, yeah, I can't be bothered taking him out. Because otherwise, like, Dormammu wouldn't really have an issue being trapped with him forever, if he knew he couldn't be defeated. Like, there would be no... It's like living in the same room with a fly. It's not that bad. It gets in the way sometimes, but like, just squish it once or twice. He might not be done, but I'm just fine. Like, Dormammu was probably one badass enemy, but he just gave up. Just like, can't be bothered dealing with this puny human.
And how many times did he go around that loop squishing him though?
Like, if I count, like, maybe 10 times.
Seen in the film?
Yeah, but maybe...
How many outside of the film?
Maybe more. But, like, at some point, if you actually have to use power to destroy him, which I don't think he does, but still, it just...
Good thought. Why didn't he ever aim for the time stone?
Good question. And also, why did the things that were protecting the whole world placed in the northern hemisphere? Good question. No answer. They had one in New York, really north. One in London, really north. Hong Kong, kinda centered, but nothing south. Yep, just nothing. I guess those 3 places are easy access to just go to and not have many dangerous things for setup.
Those are the 3 places they can get good connecting flights from.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yes.
Yes.
I've solved it.
They just...
Done.
Yeah. Also, what I find funny is, like, Doctor Strange. I'm just gonna talk about him because I find him just a bit overpowered, but he just doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Because
in
Infinity War, all he had to do was open a portal, close it. Hand gone, head gone, body half.
Yeah, that's
There was nothing else he needed to do. Like, if you watched like What If, you know, on Disney Plus, I don't know if you have Disney Plus.
I do. I haven't watched that though.
Yeah. Just one spoil for that. Vision, well, Ultron as Vision just cuts this man in half. There was nothing hard about defeating Thanos. But they just kind of wanted to punch him. That's all. They just wanted to throw hooks.
Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the amount of bloopers from Doctor Strange, where it still could absolutely have made it into the film being in character. Well, it's completely understandable. So many of them is just Benedict Cumberbatch just dancing in the costume. Like that could still be in character, and I'd absolutely believe it.
He could just be dancing.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm holding on to my fingers.
Is it because of you trying to punch through your own hand?
No! I'm holding on to my fingers through some corners that, like, I'm holding on to my closet and my door.
What? The
With
what?
my-
The what?
You don't know what I'm doing, but never.
Oh, is it like a hole in the corner of your closet that you just stuck your finger through and you're holding your own
No,
finger through
just
it?
the backside, in the backside of my door.
Oh,
Also, I'm treating this like a casual conversation, even though we're doing a podcast.
yeah.
I don't think this is a good one. This is like the second episode, we're just rambling.
That could be good. Certain things work when it's rambling.
Well, I would definitely.
Should we get
enjoy-
back to magic if you want?
Nah, I think I'm done with magic, honestly. I have probably some other ideas. Oh, time travel. Let's go.
Oh, I'm Hoovian.
I literally looked at a clock and thought time travel. That's just my brain. I look at things, I see, I say.
If
But
you want, we could also pivot over to that superpower the superpowers you were talking about earlier. I have thought long and deep about superpowers and how good they are.
one of the most overpowered one is just like,
Telekinesis, bam, done.
well, yeah. Well, like being. I would say being able to teleport you and also anything you want, no matter the size, is kinda. It's not necessarily overpowered, it's just really fucking funny.
Oh yeah, there's a great Tom Scott video about teleportation and how to take over the world using it. But, yeah, do you want me to explain why telekinesis is the #1 best superpower easily?
Yeah.
Name, just a superpower, like, maybe you go for one of the standard ones. Super speed, telekinesis, just drag something at extreme speed, done. Different one?
Well, let's just super strength explainable. I see.
Yeah, you just lift something, done.
Super quick reactions?
Eh.
Not
could
quite
rewind-
reactions. Super quick sort of thinking and so on. Just somebody who's
Maybe if you had something I like to refer to as smart telekinesis, where the telekinesis almost has a consciousness of its own, meaning you don't have to go pick up that thing, move it over there, pick up that thing, move it over there. You can just sort of go pick up all these leaves in my garden and put them in a nice pile there.
You mean
and
like
your telekinesis will
Magneto,
just go,
but then with everything?
kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
How about telepaths?
Telepath, that's another difficult one, which I also highly rate. Telepaths is a very good superpower. If anyone's ever seen Life is Strange True Colors, it has a wonderful depiction of a telepath. Very underrated superpower, and very underrated in that they could have done so much more with that power. Anyway,
telepaths who can communicate with anybody where they want is really cool.
So
That's
like Dr. X.
If you can just dig your thoughts into people's head, it's like
and if they don't
can
realize it's your
change-
thoughts, if they think it's their own thoughts,
exactly
Dr.
you make the
X.
whole world think they're going mad.
Dr. X, Xavier, that
Yeah.
guy from the X-Men. He can do anything!
right.
Yeah.
I
But
want to talk through my final point about telekinesis.
yeah.
And it's going off of that smart telekinesis. If you told it, anything coming at me from this direction, spin it 180 degrees from me and fire it in the same direction. Bullets go around you. anyone who tries to punch you will just teleport to the other side of you.
Teleports, no,
Like-
just moves.
Oh, yeah. My
Bullets,
favorite.
that's scary. They fire bullets at you, they just go back towards them. That's
No,
what's
no, no.
even funnier.
The reason I've said go round you. How much science have either of you done?
None.
Quite a
Okay.
bit.
Can you
Doing it.
understand the fact that light is technically photons of energy bouncing off of things, bouncing back into your eyes?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you could use telekinesis to move a photon, spin it round you, fire it off in the other direction, bring it back, fire it back round in the same direction. That's invisibility with telekinesis.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can just make yourself disappear and reappear whenever you want. You can use super strength wherever you want. You can do.
You can fly.
You can fly wherever
You can change
want.
any sense, can you not? You can literally quickly do something to change every single sense someone thinks.
Mm.
You can
You-
change where they think they
if you-
are, what they think they're feeling, everything.
If you got if you
You
got
can move the composition of their brain molecularly.
I was gonna say, if you got it good enough, you could rewire people's brains. You could become the #1 surgeon in the world, or
The
You
one
could
number
become-
one villain.
you could become the #1 military superpower. Who needs so much complicated technology when you can just imagine splitting an atom and it's done?
When
Do that on
accidentally,
an earthly
Xi
scale.
Jinping gets a bit pulped.
Who needs nuclear fission when you can do nuclear fusion with your mind?
Yes. Oh shit, we're a bit low on power.
No.
Oh dear, that
There you go.
That's what are they called? I want to say
Oh.
windmill. It's not a windmill.
So you're literally talking about Dr. Manhattan.
Possibly, I've never heard of him.
He's a blue guy. He went through some kind of energy fusion thing and turned blue.
Okay.
And very muscular, but that could just be an imagination of everyone's mind. Who knows?
Does he just have like very good telekinesis then?
Well, he can control anything with his mind. Anything.
I think he might be a little bit broken then. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, the only thing that stopped him is just humans puny pathetic. I'm not gonna interfere.
Yeah. Also, alchemy, like the old thing of turning silver into gold. Telekinesis, you can just change the molecular structure. Done.
Yeah, you
Oh
gotta
shit!
take
I made some gold. Oh wait, I wiped out a couple
You
of
could be
cities.
you could be King Midas, but control what you turn into gold. Also, King Midas, also extremely underrated. Gold's actually extremely malleable. You could literally just turn the air around you into gold and just oxidize an extra layer around you. You'll still be able to move just fine, and anything you touch won't turn to gold.
Just wear some gloves.
That too, but then about your face, like what I'm talking about, oxidizing yourself. Your entire face, every bit of your skin will just turn to gold, and you'll be fine. You'll be able to touch anything, and you can literally just scrape that off with your own nails, and bam, you can touch things and turn it to gold again, and then you can oxidize it again.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
So many superpowers are overrated or underrated.
Agreed.
Having
If
a
you
long
put your mind
tongue,
to it, any superpower can be good, unless it's super strength. Get in the bin, Hulk.
Captain America, I was always intrigued about. Was he made much smarter and so on?
I don't think so. I think he was just always that smart, because there's that scene where everyone's trying to climb the flagpole to get the flag, and he's the only one to think, just undo the bolt at the bottom.
Use whatever he has to his
yeah, he was really skinny in the beginning, and then he's like, oh, turn strong, don't need brain anymore, just punch.
But he is still quite smart. He's he always uses a team player. Like always.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's dumb, but he just
No,
like
but he's not based around him being smart.
no.
Based around him
He's
being
based
strong.
around him being the main character in every fucking movie.
Also, everyone's weapons in Avengers represents their personality as well. Like Iron Man, super smart, invented this weapon. Thor, literally a god, uses a godly hammer. Captain America is very defensive. He has a shield. It literally is calling straight back to that scene where he jumped on the grenade while everyone else jumped away from it.
Yeah, how about Black Widow? Guns! Pew pew pew! What does that represent?
Q.
Stealthy.
Guns are not specifically
by the
meant for
book.
stealth. Yeah, maybe, but like...
Ready
Yes.
by the book, but ready for stuff to go wrong.
Yeah, and how about
Literally
Hawkeye
Prepared,
though?
prepared. Literally just prepared. Hawkeye is just a bit shit and doesn't need to exist. I mean,
He's gonna get his
I
own
think-
fucking
Oh,
movie.
Hawkeye!
he was really cool in the comics because he was actually deaf.
Deaf?
Yeah, so he's fucking sick. And then they were like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna remove the one reason why he was fucking interesting, and he's literally just a guy who's got good aim with a bow. And half the time, I swear they rely on him having really good fucking sense. It's like, the whole point was he couldn't fucking hear. Which makes him really interesting, because then you get to be like, what sense do we fucking hype up to, like, god level then?
His
Be like,
taste!
yes,
His
yeah.
taste! He can
I
taste...
taste bullets. Oh
I...
wait, I've been shot.
I taste the smell of enemies in the air. You just
Now
see him
imagine
casual-
him not hearing people behind him and just having his like tongue out in the air, being like,
Hang on, let me pull up YouTube real quick. You've just reminded me of a video that I'm gonna have to send you, and no one at home's gonna know what this is.
Unless you want to edit it in, but
If
that's...
people want a funny video, search up Acquire the Sire.
If you want to watch, listen to a funny song, look up Ocean Man. It's a funny song.
Yeah, that video, it's back on the topic of magic, but in real life. Not real actual like magic I've been talking about, but like magicians pulling rabbits out of hats, but more real.
Hand tricks.
This one's all about basically placing thoughts into your mind and then acting like they read your mind. This is by a company called Mischief, who do things, for example, the show that goes wrong. It's very comedic because everything goes wrong, supposedly. They do it on purpose. But stop breaking the fun. This is Magic Goes Wrong, performed at We Are Most Amused and Amazed 2018, which I think was for one of the prince's birthdays.
Which prince?
I'm trying to remember their name.
There's like the old
I-
one, and then there's the son of one, and then there's just a
I
couple
think
others.
Which one?
The one that was dead 8 years ago, but kind of
Which
only
was,
caught up with
which
him
was the
this year.
Prince of Wales?
Why,
Was
why
was,
do you
Philip.
have princes for sea creatures? That's unnecessary.
I'm sorry, let me grab
The
the Prince of
country.
Fish.
I am talking about Wales here. That's not a whale.
I'm talking about Wales, the country.
That doesn't exist. It's just the land of Wales.
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry. That's
Yeah, they have fat people there. That's the only thing they're known for.
Hang on.
Wales.
If it's where all the whales live, why is its flag a dragon?
Uh, Because the whales were a bit self-conscious, not gonna lie.
Okay.
I kinda want, like, if I could choose any superpower, not for being overpowered or underpowered, like, just for fun. Like, being, honestly, being just slightly better at everything than everyone else. Just slightly better at everything.
That's a good choice.
Just being like 10 minutes earlier done with a test. Outrunning everyone by 1 meter per second. Like, just casually being better, but not that much. Doing like 1 extra push-up than everyone else. Like, that's just, like, I don't want to boast about it, like, oh, I can run 10 kilometers in like 2 seconds. No, I can run 10 kilometers in just half.
In 1 second less than you.
Yeah. Or like 2 seconds, maybe. But like, that's just a dream that I could accomplish.
Hang on. If you're just slightly better than everyone else, what about the person who's best in the world at it?
I'm still better.
You just walk up to Usain Bolt. Yeah, go on, give me a race.
Give me a race. I go 0.1 millisecond.
Can I just point out, what about the person who's speedrunning cancer? You're a bit
Person with the world record for dying quickest.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
The
just
person
keep it
who
at
did this-
living.
Oh, Luke, can you find the video of speedrun of your own life?
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
So this is a baby who's born, and a timer appears. It's an animation, and the mother's like, "What is this?" And the doctor's like, "I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. Your
It's a
child
speed
is
run.
going to do an any percent speed run of their own life." Cuts the baby shoveling peanut butter into its mouth. The doctor's like to the mum, "Do you have a nut allergy?" Yes. Why? Cuts to dead baby.
Yeah!
It's quite a good video.
World
but the comments make
record!
it even better. The comments make it even better because the comments are just, why didn't he just do a quick backwards long jump off the bed, hit his head, easy 2-second save.
He forgot to split when he opened the jar.
Oh, and then after that happens, it cuts to the baby running up to God or whatever and being like, "How did I do? How did I do? I felt that's pretty quick." It's like 2 seconds off your PB or whatever.
Personal best. Oh, yeah.
Just, I can imagine one of the comments just, why did he open the jar? You know, he knows there's that really complex glitch where he can put his hand through it, right? It's called smashing it against the side.
No, you just do the, "Oh shit, I was born and I got kind of my neck wrapped, the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck, born dead."
Oh, yeah,
That's an RNG event, though. It's banned in most speedruns.
True. You'd
My
want to
uncle
start.
had
You'd
that.
want to
He
start
lived.
at a state slightly after that.
Hey,
So nut allergy is pretty good going then.
Most of them use a save state, yeah, to re-go.
yeah, my uncle had that when he was born. He lived.
Well, no shit.
Yeah.
Well, he could have died if he was his uncle. If he was his father, then, well, obviously.
Well, depends on the age difference between.
Going back to the thing of hereditary being, fertility being hereditary.
Yeah, if my grandparents didn't have kids, my parents wouldn't have kids. And that means
Yeah.
I won't have kids. Yay!
I've got some bad news for you. Your parents were adopted.
You know, once I turn 18, I can legally adopt both of you.
How many years away is that?
Possibly adopt her.
Not even a year.
How old are you, Luke?
I'm 16.
16. Yeah, 16 gang, let's go.
Yeah.
I feel like an old man between the two Zoomers here.
Boomer.
Yeah. But if your parents ever decide to give you up for adoption, I'll adopt both of you.
Aren't you meant to prove you're like a capable parent?
Well, you can always teach me how to be a capable parent. You're 17
I'm-
then.
Not sure we can.
No.
No.
No. Not happening.
But yeah.
How far through the episode are we now?
Oh, we're over an hour. Huh.
Let's go. We've just reached an hour. Should we end the carnage here?
Yeah, I think so.
The train wreck that got firmly derailed many times.
The car has made it back to the rails, and we're just gonna fucking break the car here.
No, I don't think the train was ever on tracks.
We've made it to the tracks. Possibly not the same tracks not the same tracks we started on, but they're train tracks. It'll do. Thank you very much for listening. If you've made it this far, please go see a therapist. We'll see you next week.
See you next week, yeah. Have a good one.
Ah.